Right, for our fifth question, the order will be Colonel Glenn, Senator Bennett, and Candidate Williams, and we're going to circle back to Bob to ask this one.
Thank you. Social Security again. Now that you have all agreed to have a conversation in a bipartisan manner about updating Social Security for future generations, let's get to how. What do you think is the biggest challenge for future generations of Social Security recipients? And please give us any suggestions specifically that you may have to ensure its solvency.
The biggest challenge is always going to be, number one, you need to make sure you honor your commitment to the people that have earned that benefit. You need to look at that next generation. You need to give them opportunities to save. And in order to be able to save money, you actually have to have a job, ladies and gentlemen. That's extremely important. So when you're supporting policies that actually shut down jobs, that's the issue. You can't support excessive EPA regulations that are going to shut down an industry. You can't support things like the government is doing right now with asking for a 35% CO2 emission standard and basically telling you, deal with it. That's not right, ladies and gentlemen. You also can't deal with the fact, and when I'm talking to so many people, when you're looking at your insurance premiums that are going up because of health care decisions, because of the unintended consequences of the Affordable Care Act, these are real concerns that are cutting into your ability to be able to save. Because the next generation is going to have to understand that Social Security is one leg of a stool. We need to actually bring back that savings incentive, and the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you have a job. When you go into the black and brown communities, I can tell you 1 in 5 are unemployed or underemployed. You can just look that up. That's something that's near and dear to my heart. Their earning potential is down 16% since 2007. These are real issues, ladies and gentlemen.
The problem is with the solvency of Social Security, and I think in order to make it solvent, we're going to have to start paying more into it. Not current retirees, but the wealthier folks in America through lifting the cap on we'll pay for it, and we'll do what we should be doing. But we also should recognize that between Medicare and Social Security and what people have saved, there are only 11% of our seniors are living in poverty in this country. 22% of our children are living in poverty in this country, and I haven't heard anything in this presidential debate about what we're doing for them. And I for one, think we need to educate them a lot better than we are. But getting rid of Medicare is not an answer here, and having a non-answer on your question is not an answer either.
I saw the country I came for is legal-free home they brave. Everybody works hard, save for themselves, take care of their families, and take care of their communities. And I don't know when that happened. Now everybody rely on government for retirement. Do you really trust government to have their money there for you when you retire? If today you are 40, 45, my husband is worried about his money there. So we have to rely on ourselves. My message to the younger people today, start learning how to invest wisely. Start to get your education. And don't just put everything on your credit card at government and pay high interest on it and bankrupt yourself. Start saving, working, create something belong to yourself. I'm a small business woman. I create jobs for myself. I pay my own salaries. I will never count on Social Security for myself because I don't trust it. Money will not be there. So my message to young folks, as a Libertarian candidate, I will offer you an option to opt out if you're under age of 30. Learn how to invest wisely, get a better return than your federal government. Plus, the federal government, I don't know how they're going to pay their own bills. You're going to say, nobody's going to pay your Social Security? So, wise up and wake up. Rely on yourself, Americans.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you were paying something, because something very critical just happened. Senator Bennett accused me of not answering the question. He asked me a question about how we're going to address Social Security in the future. I pointed out the importance of a job. What a concept. How do we fund Social Security? Isn't it with a job? That was the last thing I checked. But he said that that doesn't answer any question. He clearly doesn't understand this issue. That's the problem. That's what happens when you spend way too much time in Washington, D.C. instead of coming down here talking to you.